Hello and welcome to the new edition of Magic of Board. This is Ronnie. I have Schudetto with me. How are you?
Yeah, so far,
Busy with games. Since we recorded last week, there's been a lot more game has happened. So we want to start in Champions League in Europe.
yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
sure. The big game, obviously. Well, you cannot undermine the other, but still, the highlights of the game it was Manchester City versus Real Madrid Wednesday, and Manchester City coming with 4-3 lead in Bernabeu, and they were leading 1-0 for 89th minute, and then all of a sudden something happened, and Real Madrid basically snatched it. Your thoughts on that?
Does it remind you of something?
Well, a lot of things, but I don't know in which angle you're talking about.
I was talking about a club with a lot of money and a club against a club with a history, you know.
Well, Real Madrid, I can understand you're talking about history, but that history has some black monies too.
Yeah, but the thing is that um, they already own it so many times. They are
No,
the and actually it reminds me of this PSG versus Barcelona game. Um, PSG kind of I don't know that they scored 4 goals probably, um,
yeah,
and
but
then Barca
that was more miraculous. This one is kind of. I understand there was just 2 goals in it. Like Barcelona had to score like 5 goals or more or something like that. Um, but yeah, let's let's focus on this game. Uh,
no, I
Manchester
was
City.
actually implying like before getting to the game, like I was implying
You're talking about
uh,
history. If that
yeah, history
that
of
that
a club, is it important, like the environment of um, Bernabeu. There were situations in the match because I watched it at least first 90 minutes, and then after Benzema goal, I did not have any motivation to watch, and I had a long day already. So, but the thing is that like when it was playing in Bernabeu, it has this certain environment, like certain you could actually feel the whole game. Whenever City is making a mistake, and there were like cheers from um, Real Madrid fans, and another thing is that City fans were on the upstairs of this upstand of the stadium, and they could not actually influence that much.
I understand there is a factor on that, but again, City have overcome someone like Simeone in Wanda Metropolitano against Atletico, and I understand there is a bit of history. Obviously, even Mestalla, Valencia had a lot of history, even winning winning Champions League. But it's I guess it's a little bit of psychology. You're right about the players that they know that they can turn it around, and the fans are behind them. But I still believe it's a more of in-game sort of, yes, environment obviously helps, but in-game sort of mentality uh, of turning it around, or wait, what's happening, something like that.
Or did Pep Guardiola overthink again?
We will talk about Pep because this is his sixth straight, if I'm not wrong, consecutive semifinals in Champions League, and then
No,
no,
you are wrong.
oh, so
Because
sorry, he's
he went out in the second round or third quarterfinal
okay,
with City in his first season there.
okay. So maybe I'm wrong, but this is his sixth in total in Champions League semifinal, more than anyone else in as a manager, and he got knocked out in semifinal stage. So there is definitely something you can look up and criticize, I guess, is if you're talking about arguably the best manager or one of the best managers in football, club football history, and going out in semi-final in this way and that many times definitely tells you something.
Well, actually, I'm gonna return you with a question. Do you see any sort of like, I don't know, tactical, um, from tactical points of view, he made any mistake?
Maybe one I can see, Fernandinho. He didn't have to put Fernandinho there. I think it
In the
was
first leg?
no second leg,
Oh,
like
okay.
like after I can't remember in second half he put Fernandinho in place of I guess one of the attacking players. Was it Grealish? I can't remember, but
No, it was probably Bernardo Silva. No, Silva
yeah,
was there.
Silva was
Kevin
there.
De Bruyne, sorry.
Yeah, uh, yeah, it's showing me some kind of internet connectivity issue. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I'm hearing you all right. So.
Okay, so yeah, I think that's just one thing, but it's even a minor one. I
But
think,
I don't think, like, uh, they played, they managed that game in the second half, especially. Like, they were not letting the ball, like, anywhere near to the Real Madrid players. And the thing is that, like, uh, well, that is their game plan. They are not like this team like Atletico Madrid, who will like let people like, attack them or something like that, because they were playing in their strong suit. And um, the thing is that, like, I don't see, like, even with this change of Fernandino, like, I can understand the change actually, because he has also a league to defend. And De Bruyne is so far, like, especially in the, it's proven in last, uh, at least last 1 month, that he is their main key players in the game. So, like, he was thinking about probably the next game already. So I can understand that, like. And also I was thinking about, if you remember, like, when is the last time an English team winning the league and the Champions League all together?
Manchester United.
Yeah, this is the last time. And since then, football has become so, like, physical and competitive, and players' fitness level is like so high these
But
days.
that can't be an excuse. I mean, it's nothing
Well,
about Premier League.
Premier League is like English football is different. They had to play for like at least four trophies. No more.
But City has enough depth on the squad. It cannot be an excuse
Yeah,
for them.
but this match actually, like, you cannot play with, I don't know, like, without Kevin De Bruyne at these matches.
Then then drop one of the league matches, or drop him in the cup matches or something like that. Um, I understand the Kevin De Bruyne thing, but again, it cannot be an excuse. It's Real Real Madrid was, if you remember, under Zinedine Zidane, was not great in the league, La Liga, but there were certain they were actually rubbish on league. Somehow they were in the second, third, always competing for it. But after January, somehow the team was transforming into something else, and that's when the knockout stages happen, and they become something different. I don't know what is that with this Real Madrid team, but they become something else. And obviously, last couple of years, Barcelona not being on that level, and also Atletico not being pushing enough. So that gives Real all the chances to even sweep up the league as well. I understand your point of view, but that can't be an excuse for teams like City or or Liverpool. Just because they're so well coached, they have so much depth. In City's case, especially, they have signed some interesting players. They have some very interesting backups. Not maybe same to same, but you can always play with the different things. And uh, they were beaten. That's it. I cannot. If you have certain plans, you know that this is going to be knockout stages, and you have never been in the Champions, you've never win the Champions League. So that's the aspiration, right? You kind of expect that would be your top priority. I understand the league, but again, uh, if you remember, um, whenever Pep was coaching Barcelona, it was always used to be very tight in with Real Madrid, like 1 point, 2 points, 3 points. Um, that Mourinho's Real was really good, but still, Barcelona did manage to win on 2 occasions. If you remember when Pep was coaching Bayern Munich, there was some very, very interesting games between Borussia Dortmund, and Dortmund was actually very good. Um, and the point gap was way less. I mean, if you see the history in the Bundesliga, there are some really, really competitive games. And still Bayern didn't win it under Pep, although they win the Bundesliga, not in Champions League. So I don't know how to explain those things. There are a lot of luck involved because you need your key players to be fit. You try to manage them, keep as fresh as possible. But then, if, if you're signing Grealish over Messi, and if you had chance, you have to stick with Grealish and back him up to be decisive in such games. But if the players couldn't perform on the level, well, just didn't happen.
Um, so what you're saying, like, it
Like City has a lot of,
comes down to,
yeah.
yeah, it comes down to players, like, in personal level, right?
I think so. I think so. It's and certain mentality, certain momentum that I think there's so many games Real has won this season that they should have lost. Just
Yeah.
plain and simple. And somehow these players, I think the self belief is there. They still can turn it around. I think
Well,
Atletico tried it. Atletico tried it
this,
with
yeah,
City
this
because
group of,
if yeah, go ahead.
yeah, this group of player won like 4 Champions League.
I understand, but the three goals that people were involved were kind of a new guard. Like if you've seen Cruz, Modric, and Casemiro was substituted off, and then no, Casemiro was the one, but Cruz and Modric was off. Camavinga came in, and there is that like Rodrigo. He was 4 months. I don't know, few months at least 3 months at least 3.5 months was on the bench, and all of a sudden he became someone very kind of very decisive player.
Yeah, but when you have players, like experienced players around you, you will have you have like more motivation or more, I don't know, like, because he was
So
saying that, like,
Fernandinho was the guy, right?
no,
Or
Fernandinho
Rodri?
never won, Fernandinho never won a Champions League.
No, no, I get that. Are you talking about specifically that you have to win Champions League to be experienced? In that case, then why City have not gone for Messi and gone for Grealish?
Well, probably they have different strategies, and Messi is aging, so
No, no,
I don't
but
know,
he
like
has the
they're,
experience of winning Champions League.
but it's not their, not in their policy. Whoever you are, like, they are not going to sign Neymar if he's available. Even like Mbappe, they are not even thinking about Mbappe.
Then you're not getting that decisive player to win you games, and it'd be still aspiring to be winning, but not winning it. I
So
guess you need that. There's a lot of quality on that City team. There's a lot of very, very quality players, but is there one or two, except Kevin De Bruyne, who can really, you know, make that difference? Not yet, not yet on that level. While you see Real Madrid, there is definitely even the newcomers like Camavinga. Look at the cameo he played. Um, Mendy, he basically saved the game for Madrid.
also, um, I think at certain point, like uh, I don't know, like probably with Ancelotti, he always goes for like situational changes and situational players, which actually made he actually tried to make sure, because if you see the last season of Zinedine Zidane, he was trying to like uh, take bits and pieces of these players and trying to keep, like, which we agreed probably is one of his best seasons so far. Similar types of thing is doing uh, Ancelotti is doing so far, and at some point, like, it breaks down to like simple things, like
Yeah,
for
very, very,
City it's
very
not.
basic things. Yeah.
Yeah, for City it's not that simple.
No,
So I think
there's an
that
additional
that
burden.
is,
Yeah, you're right.
yeah, you have to play some
Certain way.
certain way. Yeah,
That's what I can we term it as a minimalize your strength, like minimal giving effort to the most of the times as minimal effort as possible and change the game, pick your moment, have
that's
that
called
to
efficiency.
not really efficiency. If you're efficient, then you're using 90 minutes entire efficiently. But I can
No. I was saying like
preserving
using
energy,
the, yeah, that's what I am saying. Like I'm saying like using the energy efficiently,
minimal
like,
input, maximum
yeah,
output. Yeah, that's
maximum output. Yeah,
I yeah, we can agree on that. So that's happening in Ancelotti's first, well, not first, when they kind of won the La Decima. I mean,
yeah.
they were way better side at that point. But then in Zidane's time, as I've said, there are 3 4 months of the season. In most of the Zidane's time, they're not really great. They're not really great. You're kind of thinking, why this team basically come into the favorite sort of conversation because they're not even playing like favorite. Like they're winning it, and somehow that continued on, and they've gone better. Um, and with this Ancelotti, who basically was, I mean, Zidane was Ancelotti's assistant, and now it continued, and Ancelotti came back again because it seems like a kind of modus operandi, a sort of I don't know how to manage these things, but it kept moving on, and this season it just went into another level. I mean, every time they're trying to be knocked off, they're not. They're somehow staying alive and coming back.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, if it's
And
down to players only, like,
do you also think that format actually helps them? Say, for example, if Champions League, because there's October, November Champions League kind of pauses, takes over by Cup and stuff like that, and then after February, then in February it starts again the knockout stages and stuff like that. Gives that 2 3 months of gap that you start playing well after January or even end of December, and you start building momentum towards February. And do you think they find a formula, or they found a formula to do really well? How being efficient in Champions League as well as doing enough for domestic league. Is this the right
yeah, of
formula?
course, yeah, of course. This season, what they had, like, Barca basically showed them their problem, like in the midfield. and from the next match, they started rotating in shift, and uh, this is the thing I liked about, like, probably I said it like few episodes before, that like Ancelotti is not that like technically genius coach, but he knew how to manage the
He's a fox.
players.
He's a wild fox. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you remember this as that AC Milan team, or like this Chelsea team, especially the Chelsea team, like how they played the whole thing, it was unbelievable. And when he was sacked, I was like so I was so surprised because uh, before him, actually nobody was thinking about holding the ball uh, in the EPL. Uh, that Chelsea team, uh, probably one of the first in the modern games who was holding the ball and like keep the opposition running. And actually he inherited a great squad, who was not like how can I say, like some of the players like Anelka, or um, he used them like he just switch a little bit position and that's it. Like this is sort of like a genius touch, and um, this is basically what's going on with this Real squad. And also like with their midfield, especially now Kamavinga and Valverde, they are
I think.
Valverde is basically playing like a hanging winger,
Yeah. Yeah.
because of his ability to run back and
Run
forth.
back and forth and cover the spaces.
So
Yeah.
yeah, before that, like Modric was doing that duty, and when he was not like, especially against Barcelona, he could not actually do that. And they found someone who can actually run for Modric. There,
No,
he's
no,
receiving.
no. Against Barcelona, that the running job was for Valverde. There, he started as a false nine and used to come back. But um, I think in Barcelona game somehow that 4-0 loss have give them something that they can see that's a problem, and that's how they can get exposed. And he just covered it in a different way. He's not gone back to that diamond shape again.
Yeah,
And Benzema gives him, strategically focal point, and the way he kind of press with Vinny Jr. Uh, it, and also I must tell that there was a pecking order where Asensio was higher, and somehow he gone down, and then the others such as Rodrigo came in, and that gave them another handover. Um, and also Kamavinga, we were
actually,
talking about Kamavinga when he came back. Sorry, started for Real, and he was not getting much game time in start of the season, like first two
yeah,
months, 3 months, right? He was coming for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, not starting much, but he utilized him so well, especially in the end of this. Now you see how Kamavinga can be used.
yeah,
So he does understand the potential of a player and how he can use it for an entire period of time. And Ancelotti, yes, I agree. You mentioned about he always, almost every time, he got a very ready-made squad. Like he didn't have to do much.
yeah.
But the good thing about he's not like Mourinho, who's gonna come and complain about buying players. He's happy whatever he gets. He can manage these things.
Yeah, of course. That is the thing actually. I think the Clasico loss actually showed them where they might have problems, and now they are actually like fixing the problem one way or another. And with all those experience, like four title winning teams, and most of the players are still playing. So and almost more or less in the same level. Even the defensively they are nothing but poor, but still they have a brilliant goalkeeper who found his form this season. So what you need, like you have to score more goals than your opponent,
Yeah.
and then have actually Barnabu in their back so far. And I don't know, like, but with this semifinal, I'm thinking about, like, is it the best comeback in the semifinal in Champions League? Uh, there are few actually, if you remember, like Barcelona, Chelsea, two semifinals. One
Yeah,
was
no,
like
no,
they won both.
there are, but even Inter versus
Oh yeah,
Barcelona.
Inter versus
Uh,
Barcelona.
but no, I'm just probably biased. I'm not remembering so many. There must be something, but it could be. I'm not. I'd not be surprised if
Yeah, it's
it's.
one of the top so far. Like I haven't seen anything like that
Well,
actually.
Manchester United. Was it a last kick or last?
Yeah, it was in the final. But I'm talking about semi-final only.
No, no, no. I'm talking about Manchester United versus Barcelona. Was it in quarterfinal or is it semifinal? I can't remember.
Which one? Three
The
three was in
19,
the group zone.
1999 or 8?
1998. If you are you referring to 3-3?
Yeah.
It was in the group round.
Okay. There has to be some knockout. I can't remember at this point. There's so
Yeah,
many
but
games.
still, yeah, but it will, like, football fans will remember it forever so far, and I don't see actually um, any points of criticizing Pep Guardiola.
I have
Mm,
I have a lot of
I
point.
don't actually,
No,
because
I have.
this match, this especially how this whole thing turned up, because like I don't see actually, because especially the way how they are playing these days with this team, and the injury problems they have, um, especially in defense. It was um,
Over the two legs, the, I can understand in the first leg, you can talk about there's some players missing and injuries here and there, but injuries happen. It's part of the equation, right? And you have a deeper squad. You have great tactician, and you want to minimize things. So you kind of know that where the dangers from Real Madrid are coming from. You go ahead, you utilize as much possible on your front end. Scored 4 goals, but conceding three, and feel them are really big, unforgivable defensive mistakes. Um, and if that happens, and then you come back in the second leg, and some kind of defensive mistakes happens again, and your players cannot react, um, you get a share of certain blame for that. Either you have to find your leaders who can. We talk about Vincent Company. He was so important on the back line for Manchester City, although he didn't really win Champions League, but in the winning of the English Premier League, Company has been anything but fundamental. You need that kind of leader. So either can Pep have that kind of leadership on the field with someone? I didn't see any kind of leader shouting out or stepping up
yeah, well, um, most of
because
the
he had always had a problem with someone like with the who would come as a leader by managing them. So that may be another criticism of him. Um, and also some of the mistakes that's happened, you kind of know you cannot go, especially the penalty that I'm referring to Diaz, that late challenge, can happen. But Laporte, the way he defended the first leg, those are very costly moments.
yeah. Also, like Courtois and Mendy, they made like game-changing saves. So I don't see that. That's why I was like
And
giving him
also,
a little
Also,
bit
I'll go
benefit of
back in
doubt,
the
you know,
first
like
leg. You were supporting Gabriel Jesus, although he scored something. But I
yeah.
keep saying that.
No, in the second leg he was like nowhere. I
No,
was
no, no,
thinking
no, no,
about
no, no, no.
Sterling actually.
I'm talking about first leg.
Yeah,
There is a chance if he passes, it becomes 5-3 rather than 4-3. And those
yeah,
each goal, because it's so hard to come by. Courtois saves through his bootlaces. Mendy saving from the line. These are the fine margins we're talking about, you know. And now we have to criticize Pep because of the some of the players' decision making.
yeah. But well, uh, I don't actually like. I saw those goals, like especially the second one from Rodrigo. It's sort of also like it actually bumped into Asensio's hair a little bit, probably a little bit touch on the head, and then he actually headed the ball and it went to the right way. So like like it's you can say.
It just, yeah.
And after watching those sort of games, like I watched it for like all 90 minutes, and after watching those sort of games, you can like I don't have like anything to say, like any like yeah, Real Madrid
Well, then
showed their
it's similar, isn't it? The similar way of PSG went out against Real because similar sort of thing, you know, from the from the kickoff, it went back, and you know Benzema just had a billion goals, which is very similar, obviously technically, you know, outside of the boot. But these are brilliant to watch. But we have to find the, there was players sleeping on the PSG
yeah,
backline,
of
and
course,
we were critical of them. So it's a
yeah.
similar way that City's basically the reaction went.
Yeah, and the second goal was like really quick, and I don't see
It's a
they did
back-to-back
not
goal.
even like
Yeah.
yeah, back-to-back goals. And that's why I was telling I brought this thing up like in the beginning, like is it the experience of the club, or like like when Real conceded a goal, even like they are playing poor, in some they found a way to hang up in the game.
Well,
Same
your center
like
backs
both
have to
of
be
the games.
your center backs have to be responsible for this loss for City. If
Yeah,
you're,
of course.
uh, you can for the
That's what
first.
we agreed before, like before,
No, no.
like it
Obviously,
came
the
down to the
first
player.
first leg we're talking about Laporte, and then in second one, obviously we talked about the late challenge. But it shouldn't haven't been late challenge if in the first goal Rodrigo went ahead of the defender who was defending. He was not covering his keeper. Keeper was not covering entirely their ball. Benzema put it
Yeah.
back in the good areas. But basic things is you cannot let the attacker go ahead, and if you let him go ahead, you have to be big on him or something. You know, find a tackle or something. But um, yeah, I guess that they have put some money on on certain players that kind of suits their style, but they have to think about the center backs they have right now. Are they the one that will win them bigger?
Yeah, but if you uh, how can you replace them like right now? Because you are what you are saying, you need someone like with experience.
Or leadership?
Yeah, but they saw that in Ruben Diaz, and it did not work. Like
Worked.
yeah, it worked last year, but this year it did not work. And I don't know. Like well, I'm like right now I'm thinking about like I'm not Pep Guardiola, so but I don't
But
have to
yeah,
think about it. But
what a chance for Ancelotti to go, and you know it's not the first time um, Real Madrid got thrashed by Barcelona 4-0 and win the Champions League. It would be second or third time, I can't remember. But no, they have not won it yet. Let's can we talk about the other semi-final that happened?
yeah, a little bit later actually,
Okay.
because I was going to bring something up. Like, do you think um, Pep Guardiola's contract is expiring next year? So is he going to extend? Because there are a lot of rumors about this player Erling Haaland is coming or something.
Uh, it's I don't see him leaving at this point because his two best friends are the, the technical director of that club. So
Yeah.
I don't see him leaving at this point.
Well, there are rumors like in the like it was from probably mm, source was probably Romano or someone else. I forgot actually because it says that like um, yeah, he took this loss a little bit personally uh,
Well,
because
he,
because of the
he,
situations
he
and
took that
everything.
loss personally when Chelsea
And
beat
he's going to,
Barcelona.
yeah,
And
he's
then what
going to
happened?
extend.
He never won it again.
Yeah. Yeah, but that was different situations. Like he was not backed up by the club uh,
Or there
in
was
his
a
last final 2 seasons.
there was
So there was,
some relationship breakdown as well in that dressing room as well. So
yeah.
if that didn't happen, we don't know what's going on in the dressing room. Um,
But I don't see anyone like probably Sterling a little bit, but the Sterling is not like that political, you know.
no. But
Like
you never know
Barcelona dressing room is always,
if
yeah,
we
of
don't
course,
share
yeah,
the dressing room,
yeah.
we
But
don't know.
what I was saying, like he took it personally, and he's going to extend it for like another two
I
years
hope so.
probably.
I think so. Um, I think so. I don't see him going into any other places where he's gonna go. Uh,
Yeah, I don't see any places so far.
so because the only place could have been Germany, but he has already done that
Yeah,
with Bayern, and Bayern were not really pleased with some of the, especially Rummenigge stuff.
maybe Italy, like Inter Milan
I don't think
and
so. I don't think so.
Inter Milan. Yeah, but like another thing I was going to bring up because Ancelotti said that like when his contract is ending with Real Madrid, he's going to retire. So is he going with a bang like in the Champions League final after winning it?
Yeah, absolutely. Could be, could be. Um, and who knows? Because he just came in for 1 year to manage, and if he wins it, he might stay.
Yeah, and like where do you like put him like
He's one of the look. He played under Arrigo Sacchi and
yeah.
Capello, and he has taken over. He was assistant of Capello too, and then he took over that from those great tacticians, and he blended himself something. He learned a lot in Milan days and stuff like that. But yeah, he knows football definitely way more than any other people or any other managers. I think he still has a few years up in the top, and then potentially can take over Italy national team. Who knows?
No, he will retire. He said that actually after the contract.
Well, he I don't know about that, but yeah, he seemed to be the one who could bring a lot of a lot out from the squad. So I don't know if he's going to retire. Still he's as a player. Ancelotti was great, even manager. He's even great. Not a lot of players have that.
So I don't have anything to add to this match actually. Basically, I actually became like a well, I'm not supporting any of this team, City or Real Madrid, obviously, but um, uh, I was watching this game and I was like, there were few moments in the beginning of the second half because like there were few movements from Real Madrid which was like okay, really interesting for me. For example,
But
Modric was
what really struck me, and I realized that uh, Real in this game have broke some of the lines, like even in the first half of the game, they break the lines of cities so well. Uh, I thought it was really interesting to see some of the attacks flowing from left flank and quick switches. And Vinicius, obviously, Kyle Walker was playing this time around, and he was he was
no
what wasn't it?
like as long as long as he was there actually, there were attacks, but none of them actually ended up in a real threat.
Yeah, exactly.
And
That's what I was
as
going
long
to say.
as long as he was there, the defense line and everything was like so well tuned. Like
Yeah,
nobody was
he
really.
might be we were talking about leadership. He might be the leader that needed to be in the middle of the
Actually, he
center back.
was the leader because he was the most experienced player in those backline. With even if we count Rodrigo or anyone, but when he was there, actually, even sometimes like Laporte was. I remember Laporte was missing the he was stepping up a little bit, and he was actually covering him as a center back. So yeah, he was actually the leader, but his body gave up. Basically, he was like shaking his hand, and it's like, I can't, because Diaz was like basically begging him at the in the field, and he was saying like, I can't anymore. So yeah, it was well, like e- in a way, it's a bad luck for them, but I don't know. Like they still have like Zinchenko, who's played well so far, but like in the last moment, I don't know what happened. Rodrigo and Carvajal, both of them actually. Like Rodrigo was a little bit centrally involved, but Carvajal, like he basically ran the show
But
at
yeah,
the end.
yeah, I'm not blaming Zinchenko or anything, but Zinchenko was also responsible for last Champions League final bit of mishap, and that can happen with one player or another. But yeah, not putting a blame, but I think scouting and the way of putting this team together, you still need that ace factor. And if Haaland is signing, I don't know. There's a lot of hype about Haaland.
Yeah, but for me, like when even like Messi went to Paris, or there are so many big things were like going on. Even like we discussed at length, I don't know like how many times Cristiano's moved to United. Like one player cannot be that much, much of a different, but he will be if the player is right, like
No, no, that's what we were talking about. If I don't know, that's why I'm saying I don't know about Haaland in this system unless I see it really
and
gelling
and this
together.
is yeah, this is the reason he Pep Guardiola obviously he was thinking about like rejoining with Messi, but why he did not? Because I don't see. Well, Messi will be a brilliant midfielder probably.
Not really.
Probably,
He's still not just midfielder. He's
yeah,
you
I know he still scores goal, but the thing is that like what Pep was thinking about this fast attack so far.
well
Uh,
again
I don't know.
if that's what he's thinking, he doesn't deserve to win any Champions League. Um,
Maybe he was trying to do something different, but one player who was like, even City, when City was playing bad at the end, one player was like everywhere probably, is Bernardo Silva. Wow, like if I don't know, like if any way City managed to go to the final and win it, he could be the Ballon d'Or or something like that, like at least in the talk, because how he played the whole game, it was unbelievable. Like one player is like he was everywhere basically everywhere. Like when even like there were moments like Rodrigo was pressing up against Cruz, because he was trying to make Cruz busy and get some space for Kevin De Bruyne to do his thing, you know. And when they were in the counter, Real, and he was obviously missing his place. So Bernardo Silva was there in the defense. He was there in the attack, all of their attacks so far. Um, he was unbelievable. Like I haven't seen this for a while. Probably last from Modric in the World Cup. Probably I don't know, but one of the one of the brilliant thing to watch it was uh,
Well,
Bernardo
I
Silva.
didn't see the entire game, so I, obviously, if you're saying he must have had a pretty good game, but again, yeah, it's I don't still. I mean, there are a lot of players, very good players. It looks like a very good fit for City and the way they play. Um, how should I put it? Is it a just a bad luck? Just a few moments of not focusing
Well,
100%.
I would say like it's sort of like a few moments of inexperience. That's it. Because those are
But
the
but
moments
then
actually.
again, experience doesn't win you games. Even Pep was saying about Ancelotti's AC Milan versus Liverpool, right? 3-0 half time. They had the Champions League final, and then they came back without any kind of experience, right? So experience doesn't. I understand experience, but I don't really buy it as much as you still have to fight it out. Um,
Well, also players' mentality. Like I don't know. Like
yeah, it's
that's why like so many factors are coming. Like I'm not a computer to count
yeah,
all of them.
no, no,
So,
fair enough. But again,
so
kudos to
yeah, like
kudos to Ancelotti and Real Madrid.
of
So
course.
yeah, and congratulations for going them. And they would be, Liverpool is a very good side, but yeah, they would be definitely licking their lips to win another one. Um,
Yeah,
shall we move to the other semifinals and talk about?
of course.
So Villarreal and Liverpool were coming 2-0 lead. And obviously, we talked about there's a bit of history of Liverpool's second leg this season.
Yeah.
It's not great, and obviously, Villarreal scored 2 goals in first half and could have had a penalty. I thought it was Lo Celso, um, uh, the incident between Allison and Lo Celso. It could have been penalty. I don't know why it was not given. Um, But then obviously Liverpool came back thanks to some horrendous goalkeeping of Geronimo Rulli. I don't know if you have seen that. 2 goals went in between his legs,
Yeah.
and the third one was totally
Well,
misjudged.
this is the thing about Rulli. I don't know. Some matches he played so well. Like he will probably become the next Levi Yassin or something. I don't know. But in some match he
No,
was
it
so
was never
poor.
like that level. I can
Actually,
understand some of the
he did
saves.
like he made some of the saves
Saves,
like
yeah.
in the league
But
matches,
there is
especially, but
always
not in the Champions League. Like
no,
uh,
but there is always chance of if you shoot straight to him, he might just let the ball go. It's
I
not
don't know.
a yeah.
But yeah, as a romantic, I was actually romanticized about Villarreal doing something,
Yeah.
special so far. But yeah, they did at least in the first half, and in the second half, it was a little bit open game so far. But well, there came the quality of what we are seeing, like one of the best probably team in the uh, probably in the history if they make it to the four cups. I don't know. Uh, so
Yeah, no, it's I don't know. First half was Liverpool was so off, um, and Villarreal took the game so well, and Emery was. I still feel if there was a better goalkeeper, they might have at least taken this game into the extra time. Um, but again, uh,
Yeah, but this is where the the name of the club and this sort of vibe came up. I don't know. So this player, I don't know, like if they're playing for bigger club, they probably have some sort of ego or something to come back or urge to come back. I don't know what's in there, but
but if you remember, Rulli started as one of the very talented keeper when he came from
yeah,
Estudiantes to and he was purchased by Manchester City, and that's one of the reasons they didn't actually buy him. They definitely loaned him out to the Real Sociedad, and he had a deep on form after one or two good seasons. And for a certain reason, I thought that's end of his kind of career, which is very early. He's a very young man, but then he came back with Villarreal, and it seemed like a good fit. Emery kind of trusted him, and then he just let him down in this case. Um, and I'm thinking, if you're that young, like I was almost instantly thinking of Karius, which is who did the mistake in the Champions League final for Liverpool. Um,
yeah,
where he ended up in Turkish league or some of the lesser leagues. So I don't see any other time, really, no matter how talented he is going to get a bigger chance again by seeing this. I mean, it
yeah,
almost felt like it's a 2.0 kind of for him, and he just wasted, unfortunately. But
yeah.
it's
Actually,
it's not about
defensively,
it's not about just Ruli. Kapu had a fantastic game. If
yeah,
you see, he's everywhere.
yeah.
Kapu,
But
why
like,
Arsenal let him go? Now I'm thinking, why he's let him go?
No, he was playing for
West Ham
Spurs. Etienne Capo was
or
playing for Spurs,
Spurs?
and Coquelin was from the
All
Arsenal's
right, Coquelin. Yes,
academy.
yes, yes, yes. So yeah, some not Londoners there.
Not Londoners.
But yeah, no, it's now I'm seeing Capo, and he could have fit any team in Arsenal, be it Tottenham.
He actually did play well, but when what's his name? Pochettino came in, he had no place for Capo actually.
Yeah. But yeah, Capo was
But
fantastic.
i- if you see as a like a ideal central midfielder, like without thinking about any sort of philosophy, he actually fits. So
Yes,
does actually Coquelin, although like he's playing a different role for Villarreal,
very
but he was like when he was coming up for Arsenal, I remember because Wenger was mentioning him as one of the up and coming from the academy and stuff like that, and um, Coquelin was like brilliant, but he lost his feet probably. Um, he was not performing in the same level, like he is so much inconsistency in form, because one match he was playing like so well, and the other match, and probably there was a time when Alex Song moved to Barcelona. Like after that, there was a few players were rotating, like Arteta and someone else was there in the central midfield there. But they picked Jack Wilshere, um, and let Coquelin go, and it was one of those decisions from uh, late decisions from like Arsene Wenger.
yeah.
Um,
But yeah, as I was mentioning that Liverpool in the first half were absent, but they have came back second half fairly strong, which is and especially some of the mistakes, I guess, from the keeper didn't help the defenders. they they were playing fantastically. So up until first goal that Fabinho scored. Um, and then all of a sudden, you kind of knew that it's not going to happen.
Yeah. The well, what can I say? Um,
But it is so
they
disheartening for a Villarreal. I mean, if they went to the final, I mean, I'm not saying, it would have been a different story altogether. And because of focusing on Champions League, they're not focusing on the Liga, and they were slipping away. I think right now it's ninth or tenth position. I can't even remember.
seven or eight, seven, I guess. Yeah, but this is sort of like their only chance, like they beat Bayern, teams like Bayern, Juventus, and almost had them in their own year, Liverpool. So it's sort of like you can actually, if you have a team like Villarreal or Valencia or some teams like that, and you would have been done the same thing, I guess. But it was brilliant techniques so far, like from start to the end of 180 minutes from Unai Emery, and like so many people like thought like he he's lost when Arsenal fired him. But the thing is with him, like if he the Arsenal like still not spending a dime at the time. So what could he like done? Like it's not
Yeah,
much to be
and
done.
also for any foreign match, it takes at least a season to
Yeah,
adapt to especially in English Premier League. Not saying
yeah. It took at least 1 year to adapt by Pep Guardiola. Klopp, it's the same.
yeah.
Um, and yeah, and also like there was a pressure from on him actually, because he was probably directly replaced Arsene Wenger, right? If I am not making a mistake.
Yeah. So yeah, no,
And
I think they still have a very good team. Um,
yeah,
I don't know where to get. I mean, from now on, where they would go with this team. There are some veterans like Albiol and stuff. They have to be replaced.
yeah, but he was the man of the match in the Bayern Munich game.
Yeah,
So yeah, but still, they need some sort of a uh, I
I
don't
think they
know.
have to focus more on the league in the upcoming season.
Yeah, but I think Betis or Sociedad is way more ahead of them. Like in that case, actually.
Anyway,
But
so
any
Liverpool versus Madrid. Do you think like Liverpool is definitely is one of the top team in the world, but so is Madrid.
well,
Expecting a good final.
yeah, so far at least like for 80 minutes we will see probably Liverpool dominating, and probably last 10 minutes will decide. I don't know, like I will probably sleep through the 80 minutes and see the last 10 minutes how they're playing Real Madrid.
Yeah, makes sense. Um, any other
Or if I'm
thoughts?
a Real Madrid supporter or something, like I would have actually sell my tickets for 80 minutes and come back to watch. And
Yeah,
but yeah, technically it would be brilliant to watch because of the types of coaches right
and the
now in the
players
final,
and the players.
and the players. So players are also different. That's the thing I was going to add on. You mentioned like there were some diagonals balls from Real Madrid. Then yeah, well, like this is the thing. Every time we see a Spanish team playing against an English team.
Yeah,
Their
because because of the
midfield actually caught up.
wing
Yeah,
backs moving
yeah,
up, and that Liverpool has same problem. Villarreal showed that.
yeah. And funny thing is that like Trent Alexander-Arnold is not that good of a defender like as Kyle Walker.
Yeah.
So it would be interesting. And the quality of midfield actually, like except for Thiago probably, and like on form Fabinho, obviously it will give him some sort of boost. He
Henderson
scored
too.
in the Champions League.
He's a hard
Yeah,
worker.
yeah. But the quality of the real midfield right now,
I think I wouldn't be surprised if Milner. I don't know. Milner is still at this age. He's a workhorse.
Milner is a good runner actually.
So
Uh,
just to cover that, Trent Alexander-Arnold maybe.
Actually, Henderson is covering him.
No, no, I totally get
we
that.
talked
But
about, yeah.
I was thinking from other side. Like Milner is really, really, you'll get always 100%.
Or Navigator is like whenever he was playing. We mentioned it like when in the last match against whoever he was, but he scored a goal and almost was scoring position in twice or three times. Um, oh yeah, it was against Everton probably or someone else. I forgot actually, but whenever he was playing in this side, actually he was actually doing, I don't know, like more than probably Henderson, but they will need Henderson's experience probably
Yeah.
and in the end. And but they have leaders actually.
Yes.
Like if you take off
Liverpool has
Henderson,
leaders. Yes.
if you take off like Henderson, there will be Van Dijk, or if
Even
you even take,
Fabinho or some,
yeah,
he does.
Fabinho.
Thiago, he always gets
and
a lot of
and the
authority.
most underrated guy in this team is Matip. He was playing way better football than Van Dijk this season.
Yeah, and
But
also a lot of people, I don't know, a lot of people talk about Salah, but not a lot of people talks about money. The way I feel Mane, and also in a certain extent Luis Diaz, how he fitted this team. You kind of think this guy playing for 5 7 years in this team. This is his first season, so there's a lot of quality on this team. It would be really really interesting final. I'm really looking forward to it.
yeah, but
But
any
yeah,
prediction?
no prediction regarding Real Madrid. No, not into that. You never know what kind of Real Madrid is going to play. But what is interesting in this performance against City, I've said that they have done it without kind of Modric or Kroos, so which is even more brilliant.
Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. Like their midfield is performing
You
so
can
much.
always also see a little bit of change of guards at this point, like a little bit of shift towards Fischer. But yeah.
Yeah, sort
But
of.
yeah, enough of the Champions League. Can we talk a little bit about?
I think we spent more than an hour.
Oh no, no, that's fine. Can we talk a little bit about Europa League, because there was fantastic
Yeah,
two games happened. Uh,
but
Rangers. Yeah, go ahead.
I think West Ham game is dead after 19 minutes when Croswell or someone
Criswell
got
got Criswell
red.
got the red. Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, but the other one was like we kind like at least I kind of expected that from Rangers because like because of the players and they are playing in their home ground so far. So
Yeah, but Leipzig actually came back on the game,
yeah,
and it's Rangers has been pushing, 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 and they've been great. And the way they defended against someone like Dani Olmo, like if Olmo was getting some space, they let him shoot even from distance, but covering Nkunku because they kind of know that's the dangerous guy. Although Nkunku basically scored one, but I thought the way Rangers defended was fantastic. Some of the set pieces were really interesting. I've not seen a lot of variation from a set piece point of view. Like each corner, you can see the attackers were lined up kind of fairly differently. At one corner, I saw all the attackers normally they try to move with because if the opposition is doing a zonal marking and they try to move in the first bar and go into the far post, but they were just standing just to confuse them for the next corner, which was I thought very interesting. I don't know if it was done just to have a bit of variation or to confuse themselves or intentionally or not. I don't know, but it was interesting. Some of the attack went through, especially in the first half and second half. Each time Leipzig was coming back, Rangers were giving, you know, pushing an extra gear to to trump over. So it is an impressive win. If you
Well, like Rangers, I don't know, like for how long I remember, like they always play a little bit upbeat game, like a high tempo game. So sometimes it's like if you're also like playing in leagues and um, you are competing for like second or third place, and you are having an opponent in Europe like Rangers, it's sometimes like well damaging for you. Like I even like high tempo team like Leipzig couldn't keep up. Like it was interesting to see. And well, on the other side of the story, I thought like Leipzig would manage anyway, like in the end probably, but the in the last few moments how they defended, like especially the wings blocks, it was fantastic.
Yeah, no, I was really impressed, especially with this particular leg with Rangers. First leg, it was close, but you kind of think that Leipzig was a better team. But this one, there is definitely toe-to-toe, or even, it almost felt like a Olympic kind of race between runners. There is an extra gear always to whenever they try to match the race. So, yeah, very impressive win. And Frankfurt also advanced with the West Ham, and Frankfurt fans basically took
There
over.
are so many things happened in that match. David Moyes probably hit a ball boy with with the ball. I did not see that incident actually.
I've
So
seen that later on Twitter.
oh, okay. Yeah, that's from Frankfurt actually. Like the audience there, it was like they're really crazy this season, and how they played so far. Like they did not get like West Ham scored once, right?
No, it's not.
Oh yeah, it was yeah, like the in the first
This
leg.
first leg, yes.
Yeah,
Not
but
not
they
here.
did not give any sort of space to like wide up the, especially they how they managed Declan Rice so far.
Yeah.
It was brilliant. But
Yeah, and also
there's
the,
this
the
question.
Jared Bowen sort of whenever he's trying to press or try to accelerate, there was always Frankfurt player, as pacey
Yeah,
as possible.
yeah. The thing is that like they are almost having like all of the players have like three lungs or something. I don't know. Like
It's unbelievable
they
the
do.
way they
It's
play.
unbelievable.
Yeah,
Uh,
I've never seen a team plays that like in 90 minutes,
Even
match
we
after
talked about,
match, match after
yeah,
match.
even we talked about Rangers, like having upbeat, upbeat, and
I can see, if, say, for example, in an alternate universe, Frankfurt was playing Champions League and they were against Liverpool or something like really hard hitting team, or even really physical team like Atletico Madrid, or I mean, they would have beaten Atletico for sure. But against Real Madrid or something, it would have been fascinating to see them against. against such teams in Champions League. But
Well, I think they are up in the league by now. I don't know. Let me
and
check.
if they are winning Europa League, they're going to go into Champions League anyway.
Yeah, but for both of the team because Rangers hasn't been in the Europa or any sort of
I think
final
they've been
result.
relegated Rangers not very long ago. So it's a
Yeah.
huge boost for the team and supporters to be in the.
Oh well, Frankfurt is not in the not even in the top 10.
Yeah, look at that.
I think they are all in the
On the Europa
Europa
League.
League.
Yeah, they're
Why they
go,
are actually
they're
like they
going
are
for it. Even
having.
even their supporters are going for it. You know, I've never seen a group of supporters basically running down the stadium like that after the game. I don't know if you have seen that, but it's totally
No,
crazy.
actually, like even from Dortmund or Bayern, there weren't like that much supporter in the away games. But from Frankfurt, it's unbelievable. But yeah, like any prediction, like for me, I am seeing like end-to-end games like a tennis.
I, I was actually expecting Leipzig to be honest, but now Rangers I've seen them going extra gears and playing that well. I would still tilt a little bit towards Frankfurt because of the way they played for the last few knockout games. But it's not much, like 52, 48%, something like that. No prediction, I'm just telling whatever I've seen. Uh, but I'm if anyone would have said that before the first leg, I would have said, if Rangers and Frankfurt is playing, Rangers may be like, sorry, Frankfurt may be like 60-40, but after seeing Rangers in second leg, I think it's a fascinating final for very different reasons. Uh, Another interesting one.
Yeah, but
What about you?
Rangers is
What do you think? No, what do you think? You're
yeah.
asking me
I was
for
going.
opinion and you're escaping.
I was going to say that actually, because Rangers like especially in the midfield they are a little bit they have a little bit space, and I don't know for some reason Frankfurt doesn't have this sort of space. Like you if you are attacking against Frankfurt, we saw like Barcelona tried to break them in, like with sometimes with pace and sometimes with like I don't know, like dribbling. But I think this match will be more direct, and I will say like 55% for
Frankfurt?
Frankfurt because of the compact mid 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 defensive side, you know. But it's not that even if like Rangers win, I won't be surprised.
Yeah, no, fair enough. There's a bit of what I've seen from Rangers is that they kind of go into the on the flank and try to overload. So they'll try to stretch Frankfurt in the middle, but it would be again very interesting battle. How that would happen.
Yeah, but like they will actually for sure go for it because like Frankfurt has like three in the back and two wing backs, so like they have one player down on the wings already, so they will try to overload the wings, but who knows what happened.
Okay, enough of the European conversation. Shall we talk a little bit about Syria? How the things are going?
By now, Milan has played their game probably. I don't know.
Is it just as
Is it today?
let me double check on that. I know Inter was playing, but
No, Juventus lost against Genoa today. Oh.
yeah, that's good for Genoa. There have been too many draws. I don't see actually Milan is playing today. Milan is playing on Sunday against Verona, so that's a um, historically bad game for Milan because whenever were on the top and they played Verona and they lost the points in Verona, and they lost the Serie race. So this is, I think, the most difficult game for in historically, if you're trying to say, for Milan. While Inter just won today, it was 2-0, and then they came back 3-2. Lautaro scored brace, one own goal from Empoli players. But it was a fascinating game of football to see how things, and there are a lot of, it was end to end sort of stuff. It was very interesting.
Yeah, like lately, Italian food games are like end to end. It is so weird to see those actually. But yeah, what you were saying, Verona. I guess like they have ups and downs. Probably they won three of their last five games.
Yeah.
There were like I don't know, like well, when they play, they are going to play in their home, and that would be aren't they?
So home, Milan is playing home, or is
Milan.
it? Is
Okay.
it just a
No,
sec?
no, no. It's Verona is
Oh,
playing.
Verona is playing home. So yeah, Verona is playing
So
home.
it will be tough for Milan to break them. But Milan is, I don't know, like getting points, like
Yeah,
in
yeah. They need what, four more, 4 or 5 games left, and all they need to do
no,
is just win.
only three games left on
Okay.
probably, or two games probably.
Oh,
Let me check.
there's really, something.
It's already 36 games for Inter and 35 games
Right.
for,
So
so like
so for Milan, it's three
three games,
games.
3 games. Yeah,
Inter for 2 games. Uh, yeah, it's becoming so tight.
nobody is giving up.
No, nobody's, and for Inter especially, it's very important. Lautaro have hit the form back, and if he's in that form, I mean, Inter can expect to win the rest of the games. But again, Milan has to drop points, but not just drop points. Like, if Milan gets a draw, still advantage to Milan because of the face to face.
Yeah.
So after this Verona game, I think a lot will be kind of clear what is going to happen.
And I guess if they drew in the next match and win this match, they will be champion.
Yes.
So, yeah, 2 games to go.
Yeah, it's really tight.
But it will be a long time since AC Milan is winning, like 15 years probably. I
Yeah,
don't
it's a,
know.
it's a
The
long,
last time
long road.
Ancelotti was there, right? With Kaká and this team.
Yeah,
And 1 year, yeah, and then Mourinho won the league twice probably, or once or twice.
can't remember twice or once, but yeah,
Eight nine season
yeah.
or 19
I
season
think he was
probably.
there for one season, not for 2 seasons.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. One season.
Yeah,
So like 9 10, and before that, who won 8 9? I don't remember. But it will be almost like 13 to
yeah.
14 years.
Yes. Yeah, it's a long time, and
Do, do you think it will change in some way? Like Inter won it last year and Milan won it this year. So will it change something?
well, I was, for a change. I was so bored with Juventus winning it, what, 9 times on the
Yeah.
trot, and I've
Mm.
been anyone else wins it, let Genoa winning it, let someone else. But yeah, it's good that Inter won last time, um, and I guess Juventus will try to come back. But if there's a lot of rumor, Dybala might sign for Inter. If that happens, I mean, and obviously if he keep.
Well, there are rumors for Lautaro moving, moving out, but his agent probably is saying like he's happy
No,
still
no,
with.
it seems like he's he's very happy there. And if Dybala is
Yeah.
coming, there is a bit of Argentine contingent. I mean, that makes a lot more sense.
Well, Milan, sorry, Inter needs a winger, like a good one so far.
Yeah,
And Lautaro is like if you like, I probably mentioned it like when he was playing with like wingers on his both side, he's like really good.
that's true. That's true. But again, I mean, um, if Dybala coming in, I don't see Lautaro moving out. Um, just my personal opinion. I think there's a lot of.
What if he gets a call from Barcelona or somewhere else?
I don't see because in order to go to Barcelona, I thought he was interested because Messi was there. Um,
Okay.
I don't see that same thing. I know. I'm not even sure Barcelona even considering Lautaro because at this point, I see name of Lewandowski, I see name of Morata, I see name of even who's else? Uh,
Adiami was there.
yeah,
Uh,
but yeah, some other Spanish players or something. You know, I can't remember the name of.
Dani Olmo is still there.
But Daniel is not a striker. That's
Yeah, but in
I
Spain
could
team he's
I,
not
I
striker, so
I could understand if they, Barcelona were going for someone like Nkunku or someone that quick or who can hold the ball. Lautaro does have that quality. So even not hearing his name, it's kind of I don't know where they're going.
well, saw his name tied with Arsenal as well, but more Arsenal is considering
Arsenal
more
and Tottenham
more
both.
Arsenal and Tottenham, but Tottenham like with it depends on Conte, and Conte is interested in PSG job so far, so I don't
Anyway,
see him going there.
moving back to Lautaro, I think he's going to stay at Inter. It seems like it.
But I don't know like. Now Juventus is falling like in the European level. Like, do you think like what will it take to become the like regain their position as an European giant? You know, like right now, no teams from Italy is in the quarterfinals, semifinals, and these stages. Like especially in the semis.
Well, semis, yeah, there were. I mean, I thought that the game against Liverpool, Inter were really good, especially in the first leg. Two goals, yes, they conceded, but it just happened like within like 5 minutes, and I'd give a little bit blame to Inzaghi, uh, and I think Inter was struggling at that point of time, even in the home league. Um, but there's something with Inzaghi, his substitution. Like at 67 or 68 minute, he's going to take off one strikers and bring on uh,
Yeah,
other veteran strikers like Itzeko or Sanchez. And I think second leg Sanchez cost them. They could have came back. They won that game, but I think Inter needs a little bit here and there tweak to be on that competitive edge.
but next season they are buying so many talents, and they have veterans already. So
Yeah, but I think
but
they're
I don't see Jeko is playing. Like, why would he play Jeko in the? It's like waste of a player, you know. Like they could have actually play like an extra midfielder or something who can actually run a little bit upper position, and also Vidal is still playing. It's like
yeah Vidal. I don't know. There's
for
some,
Italy, I don't know. Like it works somewhere way, but whenever they are playing in the Champions League, Vidal is caught up with the high speed like
or Rastis.
midfielder or yeah like anyone like below his age.
Yeah, no, I think, and the other point was going to talk about Barella is so important for them, and at that point, Sensi was not getting minutes, and he was frustrated. He went out, so they need either since if the loan period is done, they need to have that young, vibrant midfield going. And also Brozovic, I think is one of the best player of the Inter. I think he's going to continue. They're going to give contract offer to Perisic as well. I think Perisic has been hitting form of late as well. So I don't know for how long, but they're going to
Yeah,
give
but
one or
it's
two
not
year.
that he's not that same Perisic, like he's not that winger. He's the wing back right now, so it's
Yeah,
a
but
different role, and
he's still
he's doing well so far.
one of the best players they have. So
Yeah.
I guess they're just keeping him at this point.
What
So,
about AC Milan?
but AC Milan, it's hard to talk about what AC Milan is gonna do because their approach is very different in the transfer market and the way they're and the way they kind of get the players is very different. Like some really veterans like Zlatan Ibrahimovic and Giroud is there, while we have some very interesting young players up there. But has to be some kind of balance, and then you have Cassie just running away for free.
Yeah.
I don't know. AC Milan is interesting in so many aspects. So if they win this and they will have some extra money and hopefully they can attract some very good players.
Well, they need to fix a lot in lot of positions because when they are playing in the Champions League, well, it was so eye-heartening to watch them. I only watched them in like 30 minutes probably altogether. I was switching channels and uh,
But yeah,
it's not.
credit to them. They've been very good. Uh,
Yeah.
I,
Well, right after the exit from the Champions League, they started actually getting momentum.
yeah, yeah, no,
I think it's because of the aging squad. I guess like
and I think
most I
I think also Benacer is very. A lot of people don't doesn't get how good Benacer is, as well as in the back. Roman Rolli is very not in terms of defensive way, but just being a leader. You need that kind of presence, and
yeah. Also Zero is scoring some important goals in the important
he
matches.
always did in his career, right? Giro? Some
He
very.
did for Arsenal, but when he left, he did not have that form
Like even
much.
for France, I'm thinking of he has
Yeah,
scored some very important goals for national team.
yeah,
For Chelsea, definitely some very interesting goals. And for Milan at this age as well, he's doing it because a lot of times people were laughing about the name Giroud being the world champion, but then he definitely has a lot of quality that people think he has.
yeah, of course. But I would love to see a new exciting striker in this Milan squad, actually, and a defensive midfielder and probably some center backs.
Yeah,
I don't know.
they need a little bit of revamp.
They need a really a lot.
But
But do you think Juventus will come back next
well,
season?
yeah,
They have players.
they're going to. But here's my conversation because we were talking in terms of Europe, right?
Yeah.
And with all the respect to Massimo Allegri, I don't see them doing well in Champions League. I just don't. Uh, I think he's gonna do well in local competitions, but I can almost guarantee he's not gonna win in Champions League. He might go semi-final at best, but with Allegri, I don't see them. It's just my opinion of experiencing the boring football he has played for over the years.
Okay.
But yeah,
So
coming back to Syria, it's been interesting in the sense that after a long time, Milan teams came back into that top
yeah,
kind
it's
of
going to Milan
competing.
so right now.
Yeah,
is decided. So which Milan, I don't know, but hopefully Inter.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see.
Mm.
Um, I think
Anything to add for Premier League?
not really. I mean, we almost kind of said everything. I don't
Yeah,
see anything might be interesting to talk about mid-table teams or relegated.
Tottenham is going to play against Liverpool. I think other than that, nothing will because it's depends on like both positions. But I think I see Liverpool is winning. So
Yeah, yeah. Even sometimes it's kind of ridiculous, like how easy it seems for Liverpool or even for City that to win certain games. But I was going to, I missed that against Madrid. You almost have a false sense of victory for most of the game, and then all of a sudden, but still in the game, you kind of don't believe that they're losing. Like they're playing some horrible footballs even in certain period of time in between the games, and you still kind of don't see Madrid losing it. That's the kind of belief that Madrid started to create.
yeah, um, I don't know, like who actually the mechanism or how they do it, but
Yeah, Ancelotti
it
should
is
write a
very
book.
probably after three comebacks like this. Yeah, they gotta be.
But yeah, anyway, other than that, I don't have really more to add. Uh, Especially, I mean, I've said we I think have said enough on the Premier
In the
League.
especially in the Premier League,
In
we
the
I think
title,
covered almost yeah everything.
yeah, it would be just repeating whatever we've
Yeah.
said. So
So
on that sense, do you want to talk?
ah
Yeah.
I think we missed the Conference League. Do you want to
Well,
add something or?
I didn't actually see that. First of all, I didn't even know that was happening.
Yeah, so am I actually.
Okay, and then second, thanks to Jose Mourinho. Otherwise, I wouldn't even know that was
Yeah,
happening.
me too. But
Well,
yeah, we were joking about it. Like probably FIFA will start a new. Sorry, not FIFA. UEFA will
whoever
start a
European
yeah
relegation league
European
or
relegation league or
European mid-table
something.
league, lower half.
Maybe I don't know.
Well, we used to call it as a middle class to the poor middle poor.
UEFA Farmers League officially.
Las Palmas will have a place for that. No, apologies to Las Palmas. I think they have very good
But
academy.
oh, okay. There were few things like let's get on this quickly. Apparently, Roma is going to play Leicester, right?
Yes.
Okay, in the final.
Is it final
Um,
or semi-final? I didn't actually see
Final,
that.
actually,
Oh,
final. Yeah, but I saw some clip from the Roma game. The Abraham is like really brilliant.
why the name is conference though?
I don't know.
Because conference is, we were talking. It's some kind of conference, is that, or some kind of dialogues or something. But football and I don't know what is it. What is it? Um, the name itself is a joke to me. As
Maybe they ran out of I don't know names.
some CEO just started this and say, okay, let's put it down as a conference.
Yeah, but there are few changes in
But if there is
UEFA
farmer league
going on.
happening anyway, anybody seeing it, I can play. I can farm. I have farming. I've grown some lettuce and tomatoes and from seed. So if anyone is looking for any farmer, I'm here.
There are few changes going on in UEFA, there are some new rules are coming, and also they are thinking about making a European week event. Like they are dissolving the home and away games in the mm,
Second leg of the
yeah,
semifinals
from
and
the
quarter.
semi-final stages. And do you think it will affect some teams like Real Madrid?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. But then my question is,
But it will.
you then have to change the name of the competition because
No,
say
no, no,
for
no,
no no
no,
no what I'm saying is that because say for example after 10 years this format goes on and certain teams win it say 5 times, we are going to give as a history, we're going to say okay this team has say for example Bolton Wanderers win it for 5 times for some wonderful reason. Bolton Wanderers win 5 times Champions League in this kind of format, and then we're going to say okay Bolton Wanderers actually won more than Barcelona or name any team, Manchester United, in
no.
this format, and they're better than that. But then we are comparing apples to oranges because of two-legged, with away goals. Is a completely different kind of competition than one-legged knockout games.
Yeah,
I,
of
I,
course.
I thought that's why they should have changed the name to a bit maybe UEFA Champions Conference League.
No, Conference League is
or
for
or, or,
that league.
or
So.
just a one leg Champions League. Then,
Like Champions League, it sounds like a layman or something. I don't know.
but yeah, so the changes are coming thick and fast. So if it's coming, then I guess it's better because if you remember, there was Cup Winners' Cup back in the days, right?
Yeah,
And the format was different. So and then Champions League kind of introduced, and their format was different. But then if you're changing it, I guess there has to be a bit of change in name just to give it a bit of context. And that's why when someone comes and
but
say, World Cup won by Uruguay back in the days, like two three times. No disrespect to Uruguayan team back in the days, but that was played between what 16 teams.
yeah,
Now it's 32 teams and it's even more expanding, like 48. It's a totally different competition altogether. But
yeah,
we are still saying that
yeah,
some team have won World Cup that time and that time, and we're comparing like older version to new version. I don't think that's fair.
yeah. That's why that was called jewelry may or
But
something. I
that's
don't know.
because of the trophy got lost, not because of the format.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, still, it will be a Champions League, and Bolton Wanderers would be like 5 times
I
champions.
hope so. Any Bolton Wanderers fans seeing this, they might feel happy. Um, yeah, or Blackburn Rovers. Let's bring it down.
Yeah, Rovers is more likely. I don't know.
Then Bolton Wanderers maybe. Um, on that note, I don't have anything else to add. But yeah, if anyone is watching and has a Farmers League concept, I'll be interested.
Yeah,
Uh,
I will try to join probably next year.
in
UEFA
far,
Student League.
you don't look like a student though.
I still have my ID,
That could be fate.
so it won't.
Okay. On that note, I guess it's better to stop recording. Thank you for joining. I guess we'll have some interesting games coming this weekend and a week forward.
Yeah,
Any
okay.
last thing to say?
Uh, Not really. If anyone is watching, I don't know, at the end, just comment and I don't
Yeah.
know,
If you
add
can
your thoughts.
comment even, yeah, just send us your feedback. If you don't even think
Yeah,
of it,
we or yeah, we can answer it in bilingual way, Bangla or English. I don't know
yeah.
so far.
Anyway, on that note, thank you. Um, have yourself a good week, and we'll talk later.
Have a nice weekend.